It's that time of year again. It's time to put together some Christmas baskets. And while we put together the Christmas baskets, I thought I would share with you all the things I do to elevate my Christmas baskets so that they end up looking a lot more high end and store bought and a lot less homemade. This is going to be fun.
Over the years, one of the easiest ways I found to elevate the look of my gift baskets, making them look more store-bought rather than homemade, is to use a combination of higher-end items from stores such as Lush, HomeSense, or Sephora, and then combining those with lower-cost items that I find at the Dollar Tree, Dollarama, or really anywhere where I can find something that's going to cost me just a few dollars. Fortunately, there are a ton of different products that you can find that are really similar at different price points. A few of my go-tos are blankets and scarves. Candles are another great option, as are cutting boards and mugs. You can find these in all different price points to match your budget. Bath and beauty products, especially things like puffs, or you can just as easily get a face mask from the dollar store as you could a more expensive one from Sephora. The same can be said for bubble bath, soaps, lotions, and bath bombs, and bath-related accessories. You can find these just as easily at the dollar store as you can at those more expensive stores, and with some of the tips I'm going to give you later on, you'll be able to elevate that look, making it look like you spent a lot more than you did. Another item that you can just as easily save or splurge on is your tea towels and hand towels. And if you're making a gift basket for a little one, you can find toys that could fit any age group or boy or girl at the dollar store. You don't necessarily have to go and buy those pricier items at a toy store. However, a great trick is to invest in one more substantial toy and then round that out with a bunch of toys from the dollar store. Another great way to elevate those gift baskets is to work within a theme. And really, the sky's the limit when it comes to this. It's in the details where this is all going to come together. So an example of this would be using like a bath bomb shaped like a watering can inside a basket that is actually a terracotta pot that is full of all these types of gardening supplies from the dollar store that a garden lover would need. The trick is to come up with something the recipient is either going to love or need, and then get really creative with it. Okay, and before we start putting together our first gift basket, I want to talk about the basket itself. Yes, you can absolutely go with the traditional wicker basket, but try also thinking outside of that basket. When you start to get a little creative with this, you'd be amazed at the ideas you can come up with. And you definitely don't need to spend a whole lot to achieve this. More often than not, I find these unique, practical, and beautiful gift basket ideas at either the dollar store or at the thrift store. Now, to put together my first gift basket, I decided to go with this beautiful bowl that I found at HomeSense for $15. And since I'm splurging on the bowl, I decided to save a little bit of money by using some of my Krusteaz pancake mix that I get at Costco and always have in my kitchen. And I just added 4 cups of that to a paper bag. I used Canva to create these simple instructions that I then printed out on some Avery sticker paper and then just stuck that onto the front of the paper bag. Dollar Tree carries brown basket filler. They carry it in all different colors actually, and I'm going to add the brown one to this bowl. To save a little bit, you could totally go with Dollar Tree coffee, but I decided to use this one that I found at Marshall's for $7.99 because I just love the Christmas image on the front. And getting a really good coffee at $7.99 is pretty much a steal. Now this basket is for someone really special, so I am spending a little bit more on this one, but there are ways that you can save. You could totally skip the ceramic bowl and go with a plastic bowl that's a little less expensive. Another way you can save is with these dish towels. I found these for $15 at Marshall's. They had a beautiful selection of tea towels, with most of them being around that same price range. Now, you could buy this set of tea towels and then just split them up into 3, and then each of them would only cost you $5. Another option is to go to Dollar Tree or any dollar store you have available available to you because you can find tons of beautiful dishcloths there. But since I am splurging on this basket, I decided to go with all three, especially since those brown gingerbread men just look so good with the whole neutral colors I have going here, and they're classic. Next, I found this bottle of pure 100% grade A Canadian maple syrup for $12.99 at HomeSense. But again, you could always just go with some syrup that you got from the grocery store or the dollar store. Now, the label for this was ugly and it did not match the color scheme. I used some Goo Gone to get rid of that label, and then I created this adorable label on Canva, but made sure to leave the nutritional information on the back. Now, just a reminder, for all of these printables, you can find a link to the At Jenny's Place printable library down in the description below. And again, I just printed these out onto Avery sticker paper, and it was so easy to do. But now it will fit the theme a lot better, looks so much more festive, and the colors will work a whole lot better. I added a wooden spoon that I got from the dollar store and a whisk that I bought from my local grocery store, but these adorable Christmas spatulas from Dollar Tree along with one of their whisks would absolutely work. No gift basket is complete without a few sweet treats. And since these are Christmas baskets, nothing fits better than some Hershey Christmas colored kisses and a few chocolate Christmas Santas and baubles. Make sure to take that theme all the way to your ribbon. So for this basket, I'm going to use this really inexpensive wired burlap ribbon to create this really simple bow by forming 2 decent sized loops, and then repeat that process, but this time making the second loops a bit bigger. Then scrunch that center together and use a chenille stem to hold it together. Trim the bow away from the ribbon roll and then cut off a piece just large enough to wrap it around the center of your bow. Fold this into thirds and then wrap it around the center of your bow, and using those chenille stems again, just twist it into place. Then use a bit more of that burlap ribbon roll to create your tails. Twist it in the center, and then again using that chenille stem, twist that into place as well. And since the overall feel of this basket is more natural and simple, simply cutting the ribbon ends on an angle adds to that. Fluff up your ribbon loops and separate them a little bit. I had this dollar store simple rustic Christmas tree ornament in my stash, and I attached that to the chenille stems so that it hung between the tails of the bow, and then just twist the rest of the chenille stems around where you taped the opening of your plastic gift bag. Twist the ribbon ends so that they're nice and curled, et voila! The way you display your items in your basket can really make it or break it. Place your taller items to the back, and as you work your way forward, gradually add those smaller items. Use smaller items and the treats to stick in between the other items in the basket, and use more visually appealing items to cover up those items that are maybe lacking in style. Another way to get that high-end store-bought look is to make sure that you're color coordinating your gift basket contents. And although these are Christmas baskets, you don't necessarily have to go with the traditional red and green, although that also looks great. It'll come out looking beautifully. Now let's talk about filler. For our first DIY gift basket, we used this brown decorative shred that you can get at Dollar Tree at a fairly reasonable price, and you can get it in a bunch of different colors, not just the brown. A fun DIY option is to recycle your tissue paper by placing it through a paper shredder. This is an inexpensive way to get whatever color combo you want. Another one of my favorite ways to stuff the bottom of the basket is to use puffs that I buy from the dollar store, or you could just pop some bath bombs at the bottom. Another one of my go-to fillers is actually to use fabric at the bottom of the basket. So I've used scarves before, I've used socks, hand towels, dish towels, and even a blanket. It's time to assemble our second Christmas gift basket, and this time we're going to be making one for a toddler. I found this adorable Santa basket at the thrift store, and we're just going to add some of that red paper filler that you can get from Dollar Tree. I also found this toy doctor kit for under $5, and I also found this puzzle that will help her learn the names of the different types of transportation. I found both these items at Dollarama, but you can find similar ones at Dollar Tree. Both of these toys were about the same size, so I wanted to prop the doctor kit a little bit higher than the puzzle, and this is super simple to do with those Zots I just told you about earlier. Now, Dollar Tree and Costco often have books at really reasonable prices, but the little one I'm putting this basket together for speaks French. So this winter-themed Robert Munch book in French is the perfect addition for this basket, as is this Crayola colored hot chocolate mix I found at HomeSense, but again, this is an area where you could definitely save money. Dollar Tree has these Laura Secord hot chocolate mixes that would be the ideal addition to this basket, or you could do like we did with the pancake mix and just put some Carnations hot chocolate in a brown paper bag and attach some instructions to the front. I decided to add to this basket this adorable little two-piece outfit that I found for $24.99 at Marshall's, and I loved that it came with this beautiful velvet red purse with a little bow on top. I know she's just going to love playing with that, and it kind of adds a little extra bonus gift to the basket overall. And since chokables are a factor this time, I'm not going to add those little Hershey Kisses, but I am going to add a few extra chocolate Santa Clauses and use some of those Zots to strategically place one of the Santa Clauses and a Christmas bauble for that extra special touch. Pop it into that gift bag, use some tape to seal the opening shut. This time the ribbon came from Michael's. It's a bit higher quality than the first ribbon we used, but I bought it on sale during their winter sale last year. To make this bow, you're just going to start by forming 2 loops. That's going to be the smallest loops for your bow, and you always want to keep that good side facing down, so when you make your second loops, twist it in the center so that your good side is facing down. Then form your second loop a little bit bigger than your first loop, and then bring it back to the center, twist that ribbon again, and then form the other side of the loop, again a little bit bigger than your first one. Keep doing this until you form as many loops as you want, and then just cut it off from the rest of the ribbon roll. Pinch the center together, and then using a chenille stem again, just twist that around to hold everything into place. Decide how long you want your tails to be, and then cut off a piece of ribbon in one long length. Fold this in half and then twist it in the center so that the 2 good sides are facing out. Then attach it to your bow by flipping it so that the good side is facing down, and then using that chenille stem, twist those tail ends in place. For an extra festive touch, I decided to dovetail the ribbon ends, fluff up your ribbon loops so you end up with a nice full bow, and then this time for that extra Christmas embellishment, I decided to use this sparkly donut that I found. I loved how sparkly it was and that the colors totally fit the theme of this basket. Second basket complete. And I'm curious, instead of the dress, what would you put in this basket that you could probably find more easily at the dollar store? I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. The details matter, so remove those price tags. Dollar Tree has these gift bags, 2 in a pack, that make it so easy to pack your baskets in. I love these ones that you can blow dry and shrink wrap them. They look super high end, but if you can't find those, the ones where you have to tape them to the bottom work just as well. And again, making sure you have a few Zots on hand make a world of difference when you're trying to put together a high-end looking basket. And again, whether you're printing them out onto Avery labels or using your Cricut, creating one-of-a-kind paper embellishments for your gift baskets will add that personal touch, plus it'll help you to tie in those color scheme when you need to, and just make everything look a little bit more cohesive. And remember those gift tags? You gotta have gift tags. Again, the Cricut is a great way to make individual personalized gift tags, or you could always just create them in Canva, print them out on your printer, hand cut them, and then punch a little hole with a hole puncher. For that high-end look, I recommend splurging on the ribbon. Yes, you can find some decent wired ribbon at Dollar Tree, but often the craft stores have fabulous sales and you can buy really nice high-end wired ribbon that make all the difference when creating your gift baskets. Now, this next tip is especially good for those Christmas baskets, and that's to get yourself some dollar store ornaments. Attach them with hot glue or just slip them through the chenille stem when you're attaching your bow, but either way, when you add that little touch of an ornament, it just elevates the whole look and makes it feel that much more Christmassy. This next gift basket was intended for a teenage girl, but really it could be for a tween, a teen, a mom, a teacher, a girlfriend. This gift basket will be loved by all. I'm starting with this beautiful rope basket that I found for a couple of dollars. And to add to it, I grabbed a bunch of spa stuff from the dollar store. I'm going to start off by filling it with some of that brown basket filler. Then I'm going to add these gray, adorable, fuzzy socks that I got from Dollarama, but you can find similar fuzzy socks at Dollar Tree. And I put these at the bottom of the basket, but let them hang over the side. I love it when you let something hang over the side of the basket. It just makes it look more interesting. Then I had these individually wrapped bath bombs that you can find at the dollar store, and I took them out of the package so that I could add them individually. I'm working with the gray, white, teal, and pink color theme here, so to the pink puff, I decided a few color coordinated printables, and one of them I added to the string of the puff. Next, I had these two Garnier face masks. One came in this teal color, the other one in the pink, so I slid those in the back because those are going to be the tallest items in this basket. And then I found these pink bath fizzies, and so I'm going to in the back put the pink bath fizzies with the teal in the middle and then the pink on each end. Next, I found this really inexpensive candle, but I really didn't like the label on the front. So here's a tip: if you can find a cheap candle, create a personalized color coordinated label on Canva and then print it out on your Avery sticker paper or Cricut sticker paper and add that to the front of your candles. Next, I used those bath bombs to fill out any of the areas that there might be a little gap between the items. I found this $4 hand cream, and since it was teal and spa themed, I knew it would go perfectly with the rest of the items in this basket. Now you could leave it here, but since all of the items had come from the dollar store, I decided to splurge a little bit with one of Lush's milk bubble bars. But really, there's even options to save here. You could always just go with one of their lesser priced bubble bars, such as this candy cane one that does cost a few dollars less than the milk jug bar. Look at Marshall's, or simply use the ones from Dollar Tree. I didn't really want to use the brown paper bag it came in, so I popped it into a clear cellophane bag, folded that over, taped it with some double-sided tape, and of course, as we know, no basket is complete without those sweet treats. Pop it into that plastic bag, taping the opening shut and any of the side flaps underneath, and then of course adding a bow. I just did another simple bow like we did with the Santa basket, only this time in a velvety teal ribbon. And there you have a gorgeous spa basket that I know I would be thrilled to get. How about you?
If you enjoyed that, make sure you subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. If you hit that notification bell, it'll let you know the next time I upload. Oh, and you might enjoy these.